To go from, should we say, a first half where we created nothing, should we say, to come out in the second half, 2-0 down at half time, to come back. What a performance, Paul. What did you say to them at half time? They just come out a completely different outfit, especially Michael McClellan. I mean, he just came out and just tore them apart. What did you say to them at half time? Because I mean, just what a result to come back from 2-0 down to go out and perform like that. I mean, it's an unbelievable performance.
Well, we didn't get around them in the first half. You could see it was a bottom two clash, if you like, because we were very edgy, very nervous. And then the fact that they scored after about 5 minutes with just a big punt up a pitch, which we didn't deal with, kind of put us to the back foot. And then you could see a wee bit of fear, trepidation creeping on.
Yep.
And we didn't really manage it that well. And then, as you say, we didn't get around the play in the first half, and it looked as if people didn't really want to take the responsibility, let's just say.
Would you say they looked lost?
They looked, I wouldn't say lost, even though it's probably a term that you could use. I would say they were fearful. And that was a problem. And then when they got the second goal in, it kind of just the world caved in. So there was a few things at half time. Listen, it was me, Graham, and Noel had a good chat with him. Some players spoke up, Dan spoke up as well. And in fairness, they went out. We changed the system. We played a more direct three, and obviously, in any team, Fraser, McClelland and Ferguson are a threat. So we kind of knew that would maybe unsettle Dergview a wee bit. And then when we got the goal, Michael finished the first one really well from across from Garrett. And that got us back in the game. And then, as I say, Spike scored a great goal. And then Michael's went through a great run and finished it tremendous.
It's sure something similar to their goal, actually, through the keeper's legs. Almost the same, but every tonight it was just a completely different. Talk about the other night, Friday night. I mean, the boys played well in the first half, but again, second half, same game tonight. But that was a win that we needed. It was a big 6-pointer. I mean, we've done the same the other week. We went down 2 each, and then we got the winner. But that was definitely a win that we definitely needed, especially going into the Christmas break now. Well,
that's it. Then obviously, we're looking to consolidate going into January. There will be movements, I'm sure. There's players. That's what happens in a window. Obviously, we'll be talking to players during the next week. There's interesting clubs, or from clubs and some of our players, and vice versa. We're interested in players as well. So it's an interesting week ahead, couple of weeks ahead. But we've got a good squad here. You showed it tonight. We've got good qualities, and when the players are at themselves, like McClellan, for example, and when he plays like that, as you say, look like a different player tonight.
Yeah, his confidence seems very low the last few weeks now, and obviously you put him to the bench the last couple of weeks. You think that's sort of given the wee wake-up call that he needed, because he has been very quiet recently?
Well, he's been quiet, but as I says, Michael sets high standards for himself, and maybe he feels a wee bit below that, and maybe he's not happy about certain things as well. But that's football, that's the nature of football. When you're down there scrapping, things isn't going to go sweet and candy, So that's where I was really more pleased with that, the fight and the effort, and the come up in the graph. Second half was first class when it wasn't there in the first half. But they can do it, they've proven it now, and they have to keep that level up, they have to keep that intensity. I thought Jack Kinner was great.
I was going to touch on Jack Kinner. Very good performance.
Yeah, he was excellent in the second half, because he actually got the game under control. He dictated the play. He set up short passes. He tried to play forward. He's very productive, and he showed nice responsibility for an 18-year-old. Really pleased with him. Probably up there with one of the best players in the game.
A bit of breathing space, obviously, for the Christmas break, which is great to have. We're talking about ourselves personally the other day about Scotty McMillan. He was on tonight on Twitter. Obviously, his knee surgery today. Can I ask you a wee bit of thoughts about Scotty? Because obviously Scotty went through a serious operation today, and he was on the Twitter tonight, obviously tweeting from home when Michael scored again. So it's obviously good to see Scotty finally getting the surgery and hopefully on the road to recovery.
Well, that's it. Obviously, he's been out, and the fact that Scotty's a key player, and he's been brilliant since we have come on. He's helped us with a team analysis. He's always got something to say in the change room. Very experienced boy, well popular in the change room. So he'll be back in no time now. So hopefully he'll be an alert body coming back into the new year, and a much needed experienced player back in the team.
And finally, we'll have to ask you about this. This is your first local derby coming up after Christmas. How you feeling about coming up? Because it's going to be a massive game. Dundell obviously are on a bit of an up and down thing at the minute since they've changed management. This is your first East Belfast derby. How you finding it? This is always the big one at Christmas time. What's your thoughts on the game coming up, especially after tonight's performance?
Looking forward to it. We've got a good squad of players, and they'll look forward to it as well. It'll be a right ding dong. Obviously, as you say, it's local derby. The Hen Run, the Welders Park's a historic ground. Just chatting to Dundell people about it on Saturday actually at a function. And it's a great club, Dundella, and but so's the Welders, and the rivalry's healthy. The two clubs get on well, but when it comes to a match day, it's going to be hell for leather, and that's what I expect. It'll be a really heavy metal encounter, and it'll be a scrap which we have to be ready for.
Yeah, and then was the boys wanting to go back there. Obviously, the last result we got beaten quite easily that day, should we say, but now obviously they're wanting to go back there and obviously get a bit of revenge in the boys, especially now with the big Christmas fixture. It's a big one that both teams want to win.
Well, so we have to go into every game with that mentality, and at the end of the day, that's the fact that we've got a couple of back-to-backs, or a couple of ones, and near in the last few games, so we need to keep that up, and there's no reason why Dundee, as I say, most teams are going to go through a bit of transition now. I just hope that we can cope with it, and we can get what we need, and that's points on the board to make us get up that table, because this club deserves to be in a better position.